Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beatles Forever. Well, Christmas is fast approaching, and it got me thinking about the Beatles and their solo years and how they each produced a Christmas song. So, who did it better? Let's find out. First up is Happy Christmas, War is Over by John Lennon. John Lennon released this song in 1971 as a single, and it's a song done by John Lennon and the Yoko Ono, the Plastic Ono Band, along with the Harlem Community Choir. It was written after the peace activism was over. John and Yoko had the bed-ins between March and May 1969. When he released the song Imagine in 1971, John came to realize that it was a commercial hit because he put his political message in it with a little bit of honey. I guess he decided he would do that again with Happy Christmas. When John composed the song. Well, John started writing this song in October of 1971. He had the beginnings of the melody and half-formed lyrics. According to Wikipedia, Lennon recorded an acoustic guitar demo of Happy Christmas, War is Over in his rooms at the St. Regis Hotel in New York City, where he and Yoko were living. Yoko would receive a co-writing credit, but the actual extent of her contribution at this initial stage is unclear, since she did not participate in the demo, which was atypical of their collaborations. He did another demo of the song in late October when he and Yoko were living in Greenwich Village, and John then called on Phil Spector to help produce the song. The first recording session was held on the evening of Thursday, 28th of October, at the Record Plant Studio. After the session, musicians, some of whom had performed at one time or another as members of the Plastic Ono Band, laid down the basic instrumental backing and overdub tracks. Lennon and Yoko added the main vocals. The Harlem Community Choir, featuring 30 children, most of them 4 to 12 years of age, came to the studio on the afternoon of the 31st of October to record the backing vocals for the counter melody and the sing-along chorus. The recorded song. I love how John would begin his songs by talking. In this case, John sent a Christmas greeting saying, "Happy Christmas, Julian," and Yoko said, "Happy Christmas, Kyoto." And it sounded like John got his inspiration from various sources. The first person is Phil Spector himself. Phil mentioned to John that the song's opening line, "So This Is Christmas," was rhythmically identical to the 1961 single "I Love How You Love Me" by the Paris Sisters, which Spector himself had produced. And at the recording studio, Lennon instructed the guitarist to incorporate the mandolin-style riffs similar to the ones heard in the "Try Some, Buy Some," a single that Spector and George Harrison had produced in February 1971 for his wife, Ronnie Spector, formerly of the Ronettes. And then Spector also included percussion instruments of the sort that he used on the 1963 album A Christmas Gift for You. Wikipedia also states that the chords and the melodic structure of Happy Christmas, War is Over are similar to the traditional ballad Skewball. And the verses of the song are closest in structure to the 1963 rendition titled Stewball by Peter, Paul, and Mary. Release of the song. Apple Records released the song on December 1st, 1971 in America. The 45 A-side was Happy Christmas, and the B-side was Listen, the Snow is Falling, which was written by Yoko and performed by her. Commercial success. When the song debuted in America, it didn't do very well because it was released too late, and there was also no promotion, so that didn't help either. And then Wikipedia stated Happy Christmas, War is Over enjoyed immediate success in Britain when issued there on November 1972. The song peaked at number 4 on the UK singles chart and number 10 on the listings compiled by Melody Maker. And since then, it re-entered the UK singles chart 9 more times. The most notable of these instances occurred immediately following Lennon's death on December the 8th, 1980. The single peaked at number 2, behind another reissued Lennon single, Imagine, and it remained on the chart for 9 weeks. Thoughts on the song? Well, John loved to sing political songs, and he managed to find a way to combine his political beliefs into a Christmas song. I like the melody and the sound of the Christmas bells and the choir singing along. I just don't like political songs that much. I enjoy the enthusiasm of the song, and peace is always a good thing. I would have liked it better with different lyrics. Okay, the next Beatle to release a Christmas song was George Harrison, and he did the song Ding Dong, Ding Dong. And George wrote this song on his Dark Horse album. The song was a New Year's Eve song, like with a sing-along feel to it. It was released on December 6, 1974 in the United Kingdom and December 23, 1974 in the U.S. John Lennon had Phil Spector as his producer for his Christmas song. George didn't have Phil as his producer, but he went with Phil Spector's Wall of Sound. When George created the song, well, George got the inspiration from his house, of all things. He took the lyrics "Ding Dong" from the engravings he found at his 19th century home, Friar Park, and the legacy of its eccentric founder, Frank Crisp. So George Harrison did the vocals, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, clavinet, organ, percussion, backing vocals. Tom Scott, saxophone, horn arrangements. Jim Keltner, drums. Ringo Starr, drums. Klaus Vrooman, bass. Gary Wright, piano. Ronnie Wood, electric guitar. Alvin Lee, electric guitar. Mick Jones, acoustic guitar. It was thought that the lyrics "Ring out the old, ring in the new" meant how he distanced himself from the Beatles and how his marriage was ending with Pattie Boyd. Release of the song in the United Kingdom, Ding Dong was released as a lead single from Dark Horse on December 6, 1974. Commercial success. George Harrison was hoping for a big success for the song, but it was only moderately successful. It peaked at number 38 in Britain, number 36 in the United States. The music critics weren't too impressed with the song, calling it repetitive, but it was meant to be a sing-along, so I can see why George repeated the lyrics. A music critic named Nicholas Schaffner stated "Ding Dong" is a string of greeting card cliches with trite music to match. That was kind of a jab. So, thoughts on the song? I can see what the critics meant by the repetitiveness of the song. When listening to it, it seems like the record got stuck. It helps if you watch the video, because George, he breaks things up by dressing up as different eras of the Beatles, and sometimes not much. He's not wearing much more in the song. And I like that the wall of sound effect that George had in the song, and I love the bell sound in there too. Other than that, the song isn't one of the best ones he's ever written. Now we have Paul McCartney, "Wonderful Christmas Time." Paul recorded the song on his McCartney 2 album in 1980. When Paul composed the song, Paul recorded it entirely on his own during the sessions for his solo project, McCartney 2, so that's pretty impressive. And Paul McCartney did the vocals, keyboards, synthesizers, guitars, bass, drums, percussion, jingle bells, and production. According to Forbes magazine, as of 2010, it was estimated that McCartney made $400,000 a year from the track. Release of the song, "Wonderful Christmas Time," was released in November of 1979, after McCartney's Wings performed its final album, Back to the Egg. Commercial success, according to Wikipedia, following its release as a standalone single in the United Kingdom, "Wonderful Christmas Time" peaked at number 6 on the UK singles chart on the week ending January 5, 1980. In the United States, the single peaked at number 83 on Cashbox Top 100 Singles chart for the week ending January 12, 1980, and at number 94, the Record World Singles chart, week ending December 29, 1979, and it did not initially make the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Thoughts on the song? When the song first came out, I wasn't sure about it. I guess the synthesizers were too much for me at that time. The more I heard it, however, the more I liked it. You could feel the festiveness of Paul singing, and the lyrics are all about being with your loved ones, enjoying time together, and the magic the holiday can have. So this is a great Christmas song. Last but not least, Ringo Starr, "I Want to Be Santa Claus." Well, Ringo was the only Beatle to make a Christmas album. According to Wikipedia, the album was recorded throughout 1999 between Starr and Mark Hudson. "I Want to Be Santa Claus," which is composed of half and half traditional songs and new originals, was made in several studios in the U.S. and the U.K., and that also had their families joining in and included two notable celebrity guests, Aerosmith's Joe Perry and the Eagles member Timothy B. Smith. And Jeff Lynne also sang backing vocals on "Come On Christmas," "Christmas Come On," and "I Want to Be Santa Claus," and "Christmas Time Is Here Again." Release of the song, it was released in October 1999. Commercial success, "I Want to Be Santa Claus" is not a commercial success despite strong reviews. That was because the album wasn't promoted enough, and that contributed to the downfall. Thoughts on the song? I Want to Be Santa Claus is a song that sounds almost like you're on a tropical island and at the North Pole at the same time. I like Ringo's drumming in this song. It's very catchy, and Ringo wants every day to be like Christmas Day. The album is a good one with the songs by Ringo mixed in with traditional songs, and there's not a clunker in there. All the songs are good on the album. Okay, my ratings on the songs. Number 1 would have to be Paul McCartney, Wonderful Christmas Time. This song took a long time to become my favorite. Now I can't imagine Christmas without hearing it. It has Paul's good cheer all over it. Wonderful Christmas Time has that festive feel that gets you into the holiday groove. Number 2, I would say Ringo Starr, I Want to Be Santa Claus. This song is so different with Ringo's drumming, the sound of the music going in different directions, and Ringo is hoping that every day could be like Christmas. He would like to be like Santa Claus to make everybody happy, giving out gifts and having Christmas cheer. The song is a good one to have on your Christmas song rotation. Number 3, I would give to John Lennon, Happy Christmas, War is Over. The song has a great melody. I just wish it wasn't such a political song. I agree, the whole piece is a good thing. John, Yoko, and the choir did well together, making it holiday sounding. And last, number 4, George Harrison, Ding Dong, Ding Dong. I like the wall of sound Christmas feel to the song with the bells and the other instruments, but the lyrics do repeat a little too much. I would think the CD or record was stuck if I heard it playing. George could have added different lyrics to replace the flood of repetitiveness, and it would have been a better song. Well, what's your thoughts on the rankings? Where would you put these songs if you had to rank them? I'd like to see people's answers. If you could answer in the comments below, that would be great. And I hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you did, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be great. And I hope everybody's been having a good day. And I would like to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And tune in again soon to another episode of the Beatles Forever. Thank you. Bye.